Oh, sometimes you pick up food in the fanciest of places. This is actually one of my favorite resorts. Welcome everybody to a Jamba Juice pickup here at Gaylord Palms. And I have no idea where the restaurant is. The place is ginormous. You can't get a hold of the restaurant. And yeah, like I said, I have no idea where I'm going. Ooh, look at that. There's ladybugs out here and butterflies. It's like you're in a theme park. Oh my God, look at that. What is that? Okay, it looks like I might be getting into the proper area here. It has to be down here somewhere. This is ginormous. Oh, I found it. Man, you just walk around and you find things. Look at that. We do work in a pretty crazy, other than Las Vegas, I don't know any place other than Las Vegas that is specifically this way, totally tourist based, where you never know where you're going, where you're picking up, or you know what's going on. Like right now, look where we're going right now. This is crazy. This right here is a lot of things. This is stuff that tourists rarely, or if ever, see. That I'm getting ready to go through right now. I'm heading home, or I'm heading close to where our RV is parked. But to do a lot of this stuff, you have to go to places you would never go if you were flying here to be a tourist. You expect to see the pixie dust, right? Well, where is the pixie dust created? It's created right here. Like I said, this is stuff that tourists never see. This is where the magic happens. This is where everybody works. Like right here, there's Disney Textile to your left. That's where all the costuming is. That's where Mickey Mouse is made, and all the other characters. This is all, there's Disney Transport Maintenance over here on the left. That's where the monorail is repaired. Anytime there's work needed on the monorail, it's done within that building. Trains go in there, they get repaired and maintained. Like I said, this is where the magic happens. You look straight ahead, way up there. What is that? When you go to the Magic Kingdom, what is that? This is just kind of a drive-through of my day. Let the Disney bus come on through. Come on, hi-ho. Hi-ho, hi-ho. It's off on that shuttle we go. Okay. Look at that. We got a monorail track. This monorail track passengers do not ride on because it goes directly to the repair house. And right there, that building on your right is Tron, the inside portion of Tron. You guys, most people here visiting only see the front side. They can't see the back side over here, which looks like a high-tech prison. It's not. It's Tron. Space Mountain, and we got a monorail coming in, and that does not look like it's going to get repaired. It looks like it's going to one of the resorts. And right when you get up here, this is where guests usually start their adventure. It's right underneath this monorail track on the opposite side. And yep, right here. This is where guests start to see the magic, right here. They don't see none of that stuff that's back what's really odd is normally I'm getting ready for bed right now. I just woke up, came out to start working. I wanted to start, I hadn't slept for like 29 hours. I've been working the last couple of days. I worked yesterday and the day before. I worked for a solid 29 hours straight. I was trying to get to 30 hours without sleep. Couldn't do it. Went home about 6 o'clock in the evening yesterday. Figured I'd wake up at midnight and go back out, get a few hours of zonking, pillow time. And nope, I ended up sleeping all night. And when I woke up just about 2 hours ago, it was like I thought it was nighttime. Everything got totally messed up. I was like, I thought it was nighttime, but no, it's morning. I said, man, it's the sun. The sun hasn't gone down yet. Little did I know the sun had just come up. Weird. It's weird when your body thinks that stuff. It's crazy the amount of resorts in Central Florida. I mean, I live in a resort, an RV resort, obviously, which is a little bit different than some of these other resorts that I go to, whether it's a Disney resort or Universal resort or just off-property resort. People, it doesn't matter how much money you make or what you can afford. There is a resort here in the Central Florida area for you. Okay? Though, like this, like here where I'm living now, I'm heading home. It's like, this may not be the fanciest of resorts, like Gaylord Palms or the Swan and Dolphin, but I can live the resort lifestyle, even in my income, even doing gig work. It's difficult, definitely, but I can't. I remember being a homeowner back in the day, and I believe being a homeowner is more difficult than transferring into this lifestyle. I mean, I've seen YouTube videos where people live on cruise ships. They sell their house and they live full-time on a cruise ship. That's insane. But they say it's cheaper than owning a home nowadays. Definitely the way I'm living, and Steph is living, it's definitely cheaper than living in a sticks and bricks real home. I don't know if there's people that actually live full-time at some of these resorts. I know some do. I'll take you guys to some of the resorts. That's what today's video is going to be about today. Different income levels, the types of resorts you live at a different income level. From the low end, about just below, I consider where I'm living above the low end, but not even to the medium end. I'm gonna judge today's video on low end, then where I am, and then the medium tier, and then go to the high tier resorts. We're gonna try and knock all those out in one Central Florida video today. But first, I have to stop here and let the puppy go outside and go potty. And I'm not talking about my puppy. I'm talking about a real puppy, a puppy dog, a dog. So I shall return. A puppy is out. It's time to go out and do some food deliveries and check out some of the resorts that I deliver to, because the type of job I do, I get to go to quite a few places. From medium places like this to fairly high-end places like what I started this video at the Gaylord Palms. They have alligators inside. We have alligators outside. We have alligators, deer, raccoons, and everything here which we have way more wildlife at living the way we do. But then there's different wildlife, not just animals. We'll see if we can find that later. This here is like a moderate resort. Rather large, but it's definitely filled with tourists. Lots and lots of tourists. And me, a pretend tourist. So this resort is called Westlake Resort and Spas. It's rather large. You got a nice lake around it. Actually, on satellite view, it even looks a lot better. Look at that. Now, Westgates are mostly known for their timeshare. They're basically timeshares. So people don't often live here. They just come down on their vacations. Some people do like to stay, I'm assuming, like, we have people at the campground where I live that can book seasonal or annual, and I'm assuming that places like this do the same for those that just want to stay here and not have to worry about moving and jumping resort to resort. But it is what it is. They're a little bit above us. We're campground. We bought mortgages. Actually, the campground system, Thousand Trails, we paid for a mortgage, and I paid mine off, and I own it now. And I just pay a yearly fee for maintenance, and I could travel all through the whole United States and Canada and Mexico. So, and it's all free. Everything's free. And Westgate's very similar, but they're global. So a Westgate owner could stay at, they just have to book. They can go to Cancun, they can go to Hawaii, they can go to Paris. So they're a little bit above us. We can't travel overseas with Thousand Trails. It'd be fun to try and haul the RV and Tesla overseas, though. Also, I've noticed during the daytime, it's beautiful. Pretty much everywhere you go in Central Florida is beautiful. Even the scrunchiest, nastiest neighborhoods are still beautiful, just because of the foliage and the tropical environment that we live in. But at nighttime, these resorts take on a totally different thing. Add a couple lights, some tiki torches here and there periodically, you got yourself a making of a nice nighttime resort. What's wild is, here it is the middle of summer, 100-degree days. And look at these tourists. Look at all these cars. It's crazy. This is like snowbird type people here. It's like there's so many people here on vacation in the heat of the summer. This is the time of year where none of us locals really go to the theme parks because it's just too damn hot. We usually start hitting the theme parks around September, October, after hurricane season and the humidity kind of dies down. But yeah, people from all over the globe come here for the theme parks year round. And it's getting, the summers used to be super slow, but they're not slow anymore. We're packed. The thing that's fascinating about resorts, especially here, I mean, Philippines, it was the same way too. When I was in Cebu, the resort is a whole different world. Once you leave the gates of your resort, the real world's there. But within the resort, it is total fantasy. I mean, just this piece of property right here we're going on was built on fantasy. Just here in the Walt Disney World resort area, there are so many smaller resorts within this one large resort. Hotel rooms, Airbnbs, and I believe it is second only, and just barely, to Las Vegas. Las Vegas beats the Disney area in hotel rooms by not very many. I mean, maybe 1,000 or something. I don't know the number, but I know Las Vegas barely beats us in resort properties. Let's head on over here to the Marriott. Actually, I'm not driving, the car is. Let's pull in here to Marriott and have a gander at this. What a beautiful place. Just walking inside, the colors, I mean, this place is amazing. Food delivered. I mean, wow, look at this. The whole roof with the waterfall coming right off the roof. Yeah, this is a whole new level. I mean, for middle upper class. So today we started out backstage at Disney and then ended up at the Gaylord Palms to go pick up a Jamba Juice. And that's the high-end hotels, resort areas. Then went to something like Westgate And then also where I live at Thousand Trails to another high end, but not as high end. I mean, even I can almost afford to stay here sometimes. People save for such a long time to be able to come do things like this and stay at places like this and go to theme parks like Disney and Universal. They may save for a year or two to take their families because it costs a lot nowadays if you don't live here. Even when you live here, sometimes you just can't do it. If it wasn't for season or annual passes and stuff like that, us locals wouldn't be able to go to the parks because they're so expensive. But so you pay to go to these places, or you fly down and you get the 5-day passes or whatever, and then you stay at a luxury resort like this. It's like back in the day, I would do it all the time. When I was truck driving, I'd come home, I'd go to Cabana Bay, or I'd spend the night at one of the resorts here at Disney. Nowadays, I know what money's worth, and it's worth more than this, at least in my opinion. I mean, just in a one-night stay at the Gaylord Palms, the very first resort in this video, I could, for what I would spend in a room, I could fill up my refrigerator at home for a whole week and still be able to take care and feed an entire province in the Philippines. And by the way, all my friends in the Philippines, I love you guys and miss you all. I know I haven't been able to help you guys much recently, just due to the fact I'm trying to do my own thing and not work for a company, and I'm busy and I can't communicate with everybody all the time, but I'm still thinking about you guys, all of you. But yeah, it's amazing what just one night at one of these places, what you could do with the money, or at least what I would do with the money. I would feed me and Steph like royalty for a whole week at home in our RV, and still be able to feed at least 150 people in the Philippines. And I think I would much rather do that than stay at one of these resorts. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to stay in one once. It's just, I can't see spending that kind of money. Back when I was truck driving, money was no object really. I could just like do whatever I wanted. I never really valued money. But once you start doing things like what I'm doing now, you get to know that you start to learn that hey, you better set a little bit aside, because bills are not going to pay themselves. And it's kind of paying off, not money wise, what I'm doing now, trying to be an entrepreneur, start a business while doing gig work. I got interviewed by Orlando Voyager magazine. I'll leave a link for their digital website for their magazine. But I actually got interviewed, and I explain a little bit how I feel about working for someone else, and then working for myself, and how the difficulties of it, and how in the past when you were making a lot of money, you were able to help people out. But then when you're trying to do stuff, create something for yourself, you really can't help anybody, and you feel like you're letting a lot of people down because a lot of people relied on you in the past. And and if I did stay at some of these places that I'm showing you today, I mean, I can go to Disney, it's not a big deal, but paying for a resort to take a weekend getaway and relax with me and Steph, it's just, I can't justify something like that nowadays, because I do that and then everyone goes, wait, why can't you help me? Look at the resort you're staying at. You can, if you can stay there, you can help me. And I just don't, I mean, no one actually talks like that, but except for my daughter. But I love, it's your kid. You gotta do that. But it's like, yeah, it's hard, but it's also very rewarding. And I'm really enjoying my life. Not right now, I'm working a lot of hours, but I am enjoying it. Anyway, until the next time, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I got to go into this Wawa gas station and pick up an order and take it and deliver it and continue on with my night. And then on my next video, this is all gone. It's going to be glass again, roof with a retractable thing on here. So I'm going to be doing that on my next video. But I hope you liked today's video, and I hope you like some of the resorts. There's thousands of them here in the Orlando area. I might start a resort playlist where I go to try and hit every resort, at least at the theme parks. It'd be too hard to hit every resort in Central Florida, but I might do Disney and Universal and check out every single resort within the larger resort, and that could be fun. Anyway, until the next time, thanks for tuning in. Like I said, I'll leave that that link to Orlando Voyager magazine where they interviewed me. I'll leave it in the description. So if you guys are interested, you can click that, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, peace out, everybody.